Welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about the history of the tulip as a garden plant. Now, they first entered cultivation sometime in the 16th century. Most of our domestic tulips are said to come from a species called, I'll put it into the video, the plants came from Crimea, and a sultan had a bunch of these dug up and put into his palace gardens. Eventually, tulips would become the symbol of the Ottoman Empire. Time for a quick pause in the action. Just a quick reminder for you to subscribe if you haven't. Click the like button, leave me a comment, and share the video with someone in your family or your friend group. And now, back to your regular video. By this time, cultivation of tulips had already started, if you can believe that. And tulips first appeared on the scene in Europe around 1593. Tulip bulbs were so expensive at one point that they would sell for 12,000 guilders. Now, if you're wondering what that is in American money, that is $6,659.95 in American money for just one bulb. That was enough to buy a nice house. A man from the Netherlands planted bulbs at the University of Leiden. In Amsterdam, the tulip took off, and a single bulb could cost as much as a nice townhouse. Now, unfortunately, in 1637, a virus set in on tulips, and it basically crashed the industry. But it bounced back, and today the exportation of bulbs makes up a good chunk of the Netherlands GDP. About, I think it's 10%. So maybe it's not that big of a chunk, but it's still a chunk. Now, what about America? When did they first show up? So you need to know that tulips were very popular in London, and many towns actually had their own tulip society, and some even exist today. Keep in mind that tulips arrived in Great Britain in the 1630s. Now, by 1642, tulips were growing in America. Now, many gardens at the time held plants that were needed for food or for medicine, so there wasn't a lot of room for decorative plants. But by the time that our American Revolution came around, tulips were in many gardens. By the mid-1700s, there were reports of 50 varieties being sold in what would become the United States. Time for me to say, see you in the next one.